God and the devil were sitting around in a field. And the devil went over and he's feeling pugnacious, so he challenged God. He said, we're going to have a wrestling match, and hell's going to kick your butt. Well, God wasn't going to let him talk like that. But he was God, so he thought he had to be nice about it. He said, well, you know, Satan, I've got the Peterson brothers, I got El Grunwald, I got Mike Hulk. Who do you got on your team? And Satan smiled and winked. He says, I got all the refs. Larry, if they ever have that match, you're going to be the guy who gets picked to ref it. I can't tell you what impact this man's had on the sport of wrestling as a referee. Until he retired, he he refereed in every dual meet championship. That means that the coaches wanted him, the WAA wanted him, the associations and the ranking system worked for him. He's extremely organized, knowledgeable, and proficient. He controls the mat, and he makes it fun. I don't think we've ever had an argument where we walked away mad. Sometimes I learned something that was important. Larry made a difference in the kids' lives because he made the right calls. He wasn't intimidated by crowds or by the situation. Larry Gorres, the newest Hall of Fame member. Please come up.
Good afternoon. It's a great honor and humbling experience to be inducted in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. I am honored to be included among so many great coaches, wrestlers, and officials. Congratulations to the other inductees, especially Marty Mirage, my first mentor, and to Dale Hodkowitz, my first college roommate at UW-Madison. Thanks to Keith Sweat and the Hall of Fame committee for nominating and selecting me for this prestigious honor. Being around wrestling for 53 years as a wrestler, coach, and official, I'm amazed at how quickly the time has flown by. The last 45 years have been consumed in the task of being an official. As officials, we see wrestling from a different perspective than do coaches, wrestlers, or fans. Our job entails enforcement of rules, protection of wrestlers, safety in the maneuvers being used, and making sure every call is perfect, or at least correct. We must also prepare, practice, be in position, be professional, and at all times remain unbiased. Our goal as officials is the same as wrestlers and coaches. That is, get to state. We all want to be rewarded and work on the mats in Madison. Back in the early 1970s, a group of officials in the Fox Valley asked our boss, Don Herman, what it took to officiate at the state tournament. Don's biggest belief was that all officials should belong to an association. So in 1975, Marty Mirage, Mike Blazik, Brad Siebers, myself, and a few others formed the Fox Cities Wrestling Officials Association. 9 years later, in 1984, Marty Mirage was our association's first official to be awarded the honor of working on the mat in Madison. Following Marty's footsteps, Mike Blazik was the next to officiate in Madison. Soon after, I got the call, followed by Brad Siebers, Bruce Schaefer, Paul Anderson, and Mike Prunty. Since 1984, the FCWA has been represented every year by officials on the mat in Madison, either at individual or team state. Our association has been envied by other wrestling groups across the state. Our association works hard to maintain consistency by meeting monthly during the season, recruiting new members, and getting the correct interpretations on any new rules or regulations. From Marty Mirage, our first chairman, to Mike Blazik, our most recent chairman and state interpreter for many years, the FCWA has had great leadership. The association is still in good hands with Pat DeBruin and Dan Scherenbrock now leading the new generation of officials. Many of the members are doing recruitment of new officials in their own households. For example, John Shevchuk, member of the FCWA and who chairs the Excel Association in Green Bay, has his own son, Bruce, as an official. Other father-son combinations include Steve and Zach Skarda, Dan and Zach Scherenbrock, Mike and Bryce Schumacher, Blaine and Brett Felsman, and Jim and James Ewing. Travis Korth did a little backwards and it actually brought his dad in to the association as an official. Awards like this do not happen without other people's help and support. I'm deeply indebted to the FCWA and its members for getting me to this point in wrestling history. A big thanks to all my partners, too many to mention, over the last 45 years of my officiating career. Biggest thanks go out to Brad Sabers, great friend, pal, and fellow official. Thanks for taking on the task of being the chairman for this banquet. The last couple of years, we actually worked 8 tournaments together during the season. Notably, Beaver Dam, Cheesehead, and Pulaski always stood out. For a few years, Brad and I were co-authors of a column for the Crossface called On the Whistle. Thanks again, Brad. Thank you to my wife and best friend Jane for her support and encouragement over all these years. Finally, with no matches scheduled, we can go to where it's warm weather in the winter. I thank daughter Michelle, husband Joe, and their young adult children, Allie and Ryan, for their support. Thank you to son Ben, wife Chloe, or wife Heather, and daughter Chloe for being here and lending support. Also thanks to my son Greg, his wife Sarah, and their soon-to-be daughter for being here for me. Thanks to a great friend, bowling teammate for being here for 40 years, Larry McPeak, and his wife Winnie for their support and interest in wrestling. Again, too many people to mention. I think I saw Gary and Peggy Broom, who supported us down in Beaver Dam. My one brother is here. Tim and his wife Paula, they came over from Amory. Thanks to all of you who love and support wrestling. The memories will last a lifetime. Thanks for the memories.